Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at justkeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr.
1-3,
a.k.a.
Untois,
a.k.a.
Darky,
Wow. Okay, a.k.a.
Dinky,
Okay, a.k.a.
the Van Man Jackson.
The Van Man Jackson.
Yeah.
Okay, next, a.k.a. That was good. We threw me off of that one. Van Man Jackson.
Donnie.
Yeah. What's out there? How you doing today, bro?
I'm doing all right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Put in my 2 weeks.
Oh, word. Congratulations to that.
Yeah, thanks, bro. Finally got the job at another location that I will not disclose at the moment. But, yeah, it's going to be good. Finally be making an impact.
Right. No, that's good, bro. Trust me, it's a big difference. I think that's one thing that I learned recently, the idea of really going to work and actually working and going to work and feeling like I'm doing a difference, you know what I'm saying? I'm making something happen, or I'm just having fun with my job, you know? So yeah, I think that's going to be amazing to you. So ladies and gentlemen, we have a special ghost guest in the audience today. She would like not to be named. I don't know if she wants to be named or not, but okay, so bring it to the microphone. We have Miss Esdale. Miss Esdale, go ahead and
Jessica, thank you.
Jessica, sorry.
Not my government.
You said it like that.
Guest, write that down.
Wow. Bring it to the microphone. We got my lovely lady, Miss Jessica. Jessica, how we doing today, babe?
Doing okay.
Doing good?
Yep.
I like the chucks you have on.
Thanks.
They nice. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to the podcast finally. It's been about 3 years, but you finally made it.
I've done my little voices on Adam's classes.
Oh, right. You have done your voice on Adam class. I forgot about that.
See?
That is pretty deep,
So
yeah.
it isn't your first time ghost guesting.
Exactly.
Ghost guesting.
Professional ghost guest.
Professional ghost guester, right. Ghost guester, put that on a resume. I love it.
That sounds bad.
You mean,
So do you show up or not?
do you show up or not? For real though. That I don't know. But yeah, I like that. I like the ghost guest term. I think that's a really cool term.
GG's.
Yeah, GG's. I'm glad we made that up. But yeah, patent that for real. Yeah. But today's, ladies and gentlemen, we have just a relaxed episode for you guys. I kind of call this episode you learn something new every day. So I kind of just want to have a little episode just talking about some random knowledge that we've learned over the last week, month, year. You know, random ideas we may have had that we've been thinking on, marinating on. You know, just trying to share some knowledge and get some ideas going and get some brain flow going. So I kind of want to start this off then. So I actually heard a story the other day, which I found really cool. And it really had me interested. So it was this story about a Buddha. A Buddha was in his castle pretty much. And the Buddha, not in the castle, I'm sorry, in his temple. I'm tripping. Buddha's on the castle. Buddha's in the temple. Sorry, Mr. Buddha.
That Buddha's a ruler.
Yeah, that Buddha's a ruler. That ain't a Buddha. That's a conqueror right there. Nah, so Mr. Buddha was in his temple and he's meditating, and he's the ultimate Buddha. No Buddha has ever defeated this Buddha in battle. He's, 128 and 0. He's like just the ultimate Buddha. He has so many disciples and people that are just trying to learn after him and everything. So, they always ask him questions about how to be a better Buddha. How do you always win all your battles? How are you so undefeated? And the Buddha just, always comes back with laid back remarks and things like that. So anyway, one day, a few years went by, and there's this guy that's going around town. And, he's going around town, going around the country, and he's the ultimate bad guy. He is beating everybody in battle. He's the new hot shot, the new hot block on the town. And everybody's, trying to battle him. They're all losing. And then one day he hears about this Buddha. So the guy takes a journey to go see the Buddha because he wants to beat him in battle, being that he's the ultimate guy that everybody's saying you have to beat. So the guy goes, meets the Buddha. And then he meets the Buddha and challenge the Buddha to the battle. So the Buddha agrees, and they go outside. So then the guy goes, drops his armor, all this stuff, trying to show how strong he is. He's flexing, he's throwing swords, whatever, missing the Buddha by a hair, just trying to scare the Buddha, throwing insults at the Buddha, saying he's nothing, and the Buddha's not flinching. The Buddha's just standing there, just looking at the guy like, do something pretty much, like, come on. I'm just sitting here. The guy's yelling at the Buddha, the guy spit at the Buddha, the guy's cursing at the Buddha, and this just goes on and on and on for hours. And finally, the guy gives up and says, you know what, Mr. Buddha, you are the strongest, and leaves. So then everybody sits there and asks the Buddha, yo, how were you able to do that? Like, why did you not, why did you fight this guy back? He spit on you, he cursed at you, blah, blah, he broke stuff. Like, why didn't you go after this guy? And the Buddha says, if somebody gives you a gift and you do not accept it, who does it belong to?
Oh, shit.
And it belongs to the person that was giving the gift giver. And pretty much the story is that, throughout life, you have these things that are going to come and try to shake you and try to break you and all this stuff. And once you truly give in when you react to it, and you react the way they want you to react, you screams back, you fight back, you spit back, whatever the case may be. But if you don't accept the gift or accept the challenge, whatever the case may be, you don't accept it. It can't phase you. You know what I'm saying? It can't phase you. And that person who was throwing the anger, throwing out the challenge, they're stuck with it. And I kind of found that kind of amazing, because I think it made me think about a lot of stuff in life. A lot of times, people are driving and somebody beep at me, so you got to beep back at them. You know what I'm saying? Somebody curses at you, you got cursed back. Somebody tweets you something wild, you got to tweet back at them. You know what I'm saying? Everybody always has to clap back, but it's what if you really just, forgive? And then it kind of made me think too, off what you asked earlier, the question of what is true forgiveness, or what is forgiveness to you?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was this little idea I had trying to share.
That reminded me of It Man.
It Man?
Yeah.
What you mean?
The passive, I think it's the Wing Chun.
Oh yeah, the Wing Chun style, yeah.
And there was that dude in one of the It Mans that was going around beating all the masters and everything. Came to It Man because he heard that he was the strongest. Mm-hmm. And shoot, It Man was just doing his thing. He was just weave. And I mean, essentially he was of the Buddha demeanor.
Yeah.
He was just relaxed.
And that's 100% real, because now that I think about it, it wasn't like the guy just came to watch them fight. The whole town came to watch them fight, and the whole town was like, It Man, how you gonna let him disrespect us? You know what I'm saying? He can't beat my ass. Don't let him disrespect us like that. And It Man no, he didn't disrespect me. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I have no quarrel with this guy. I have no reason to fight. Y'all want me to fight because he beat y'all up, but why do I need to fight? You know, and I that's really deep too. Yeah, that's deep.
He was focused on maintaining the house.
Maintaining the house.
Beating them, yeah.
Maintaining the house, bro. He was make sure his kids didn't see what was going on.
Shoot, and his wife didn't get mad at him.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. That's all he was making sure. And the only reason he fought him was because the wife said it was okay.
Yeah,
you know
that part.
Because dude was on insults and It Man wasn't flinching. He's like, I ain't about to do this. He ain't disrespecting me. And his wife's like, okay, you disrespecting me. Now he can beat him up. He's like, okay, now I'll do something. But you know what I'm saying?
And again, was still passive.
Yeah, still passive. Still very passive. Still very passive, and yeah, I love that. So, yeah, if you haven't watched It Man, all 4 movies are amazing. First and foremost.
I concur.
You haven't seen it?
I don't know what that is. I don't know what It Man is.
It Man, it's like an old kung fu. It's not even old.
It's an old martial arts, like Asian martial arts movie.
Yeah.
Relatively recent, but I know the years.
It's an
have
old
been-
style.
Yeah.
It's an older style, but it's made in like 2000s, but it's an older style.
It's kind of like closer to the old Jet Li, Bruce Lee.
Yeah,
movies.
like the movie. You know, like that's what you would think of when you think of It Man, but it's more.
It's just no sound effects. It's just actual.
It's actual
we scrap
action.
it.
Actual
Yeah.
action.
And it's actual, you know, we doing this now in 2000, so the effects are better, you know. Like he did one, he
Also, it's a
did.
newer kind of movie. It's not like
Yeah, it's
It's
it's the old style, but it's a new movie. Yeah, so it's amazing. We'll watch it one day. You should stay awake. But
Buddha.
low blow,
Buddha.
yeah, low blow. Yeah. How you react to that one?
nothing
Yeah.
that affect me.
But what about you, bro? I was wondering if you had any random things that you heard, listened to, thoughts about you like to share.
I had to go with one of my relationship managers on a couple of appointments because I had to do the notary and she didn't have anybody or the clients didn't have any. So then she ended up buying me lunch. But as we were walking back to the car, as we were heading back to the bank, we were talking about like the environment and shit, and just like renewable energy, like low key conspiracy, but not like full blown conspiracy like conversation. And then we was like, oh yeah, like it's greed for sure. That's kind of just fucking up everything, you know. We're not putting stuff into the right places, and Mother Nature don't play, you know. And I was like, yeah, it's just like, yeah, the sins of the world. And she's like, well, yeah, everybody sins, but it's those that constantly pursue self-preservation that's the problem. And like just doing things for themselves and not owning up to how their actions are affecting others or the environment around them. And I was like, wow, that's beautifully said.
Right, no, that's really deep.
Yeah, because I mean, when you think about it too, like the 7 deadly sins are usually very self-oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, especially pride, greed, of course.
They're all technically all selfish. I never really thought about that. I'm gonna look them up right now.
You got what's it called?
You got
sloth.
lust. Yeah.
Sloth, lust, pleasure. Sloth, just wanting to do nothing because they don't want to do anything. They rather do their own thing.
Yeah.
Wrath, taking their anger, making sure their anger is known.
It's felt. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got pride. You got gluttony, envy.
Envy, yeah.
So you jealous of what another has. You
Coveting what other people, yeah.
know. Wow. So can we say so it sounds like it's the ultimate sin, selfishness then?
Pride.
Well, you say the 7, and pride is one of the 7.
Yeah.
So would it be selfishness then? Because
All of them are selfish.
all of them are selfish in general.
What are they again?
The 7 deadly sins are pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, sloth.
Those are all grading.
Those are all selfish traits.
Selfish, yeah.
Yeah. Wow, that's deep. I never even thought about it that way.
Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah, I mean, shit. And some psychological disorders very like encompass those traits. A lot of time, like narcissists or bipolar disorder, things like that. And honestly, it makes me think. I guess once you, because kind of going back to what that dude said in that post, right? Like at the end, he says they know exactly what the fuck they're doing, and I'm just like, you know, how controllable is it really to be a narcissist and have these like selfish, like negative mental disorders,
Right.
or psychological disorders, I should say. Because you know you have depression and like anxiety and shit like that, and I wouldn't think that's falls in line with those things, of selfishness and shit. But like with narcissists or sociopathy or shit like that, how can you constantly choose selfishness?
Right.
And like, is there like a decision and where you go to that direction and have that mindset? And then is that one of the true punishments of sin?
Nah, and then so it's pretty deep definitely how you're wording it, how you're asking it.
Yeah.
Because the way you're asking it makes me think about something I listened to the other day. I was actually talking to Jessica about it. We was talking about this book I'm listening to right now. Sorry, let me get this book name down because this book is actually really good. 1 second. Sorry for our commercial break. But the book is called Get the Love You Want. And in the book, they were talking about based off how you were raised so the dude low-key kind of get Pacific. He was talking about based off a certain moment in your life as a child, like baby, child, infant, based off how your parents kind of reacted to you or treated you will determine on how you're going to treat other people in your current relationships.
I actually read that in my most recent class.
Right.
Like it was like about life path development from being
And then so that right there makes me think of things like, because I was a kid and I had to give so much, I'm gonna be selfish because I'm tired of giving. You know what I'm saying? But then two, it also I feel like it doesn't work because I also heard the other way around of people who have always been trained to give all the time. You know what I'm saying? Naturally. And they have an issue not giving. You know what I'm saying?
My thing too with that though, it definitely tends towards that direction based off of how you're raised. But then again, you also have the flip stories of, people that lived in families where they actually gave and things like that end up being very selfish and shit like that.
Privileged, right.
Which a counter argument to that could be, well, again, we don't know what happens behind closed doors.
Right.
Where, maybe publicly these families, like these, corrupt church leaders, they show the forgiveness, but like behind the closed doors in their family homes, they could be acting a whole different way. But again, you still have those cases where, the parents walk their walk, or, walk their talk. And the children still end up,
scarred a little bit.
Scarred, or I wouldn't even say scarred, but
confused. Yeah.
I wouldn't even say confused. More so, just they choose a different path.
Yeah.
I feel like it's still a decision at the end of the day.
And then that's the reason I use the word scarred and confused is because I feel like the selfishness is a decision that they've never dealt with yet. You know what I'm saying? Like they haven't actually dealt with or realized that they're even being scarred or selfish or whatever the case may be. Like, I guess, a thought I always have is, does a narcissist know they're narcissists? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. And I feel like they do to a degree because then when posed with the question, they always deny it without really listening from what I understand.
Right. So the reason I asked that is because one day I got called a passive aggressive, and I wasn't sure how I felt about that because I was like, am I passive aggressive? You know what I'm saying? I had to look up passive aggressive to figure it out.
But that's the thing. Narcissists wouldn't question that. And that's why I feel like it's a decision. So to a certain degree, or it's possibly a decision.
It's like, because it's like, it's a decision until it's aware. Yeah, so it's like, until you're aware of it, it's not a decision. But then once you're aware of it, now it's a chosen choice, you feel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, I think it comes to like the interactions too. But at some point, and that's what sets a difference between like a narcissist and a person that just has narcissistic traits at their stage in life. You know what I mean? Not everybody that has narcissistic traits is a narcissist.
Right.
And that's where the difference comes because, like, you could, let's say there's a married couple and one of them's a narcissist. From what I hear, if they go to like marriage counseling with the psychologist, usually 9.9 times out of 10 at some point the narcissist just says, like the true narcissist will be like, nah, fuck this shit, it's always her, and walk out the room and never continue the sessions. Like, and you're dealing with a psychologist that knows how to communicate and get things across, but when you constantly deny it straight up without really taking time to self-reflect and still continue to do whatever behaviors you show, I feel like that comes to a decision, you know?
Right.
Well, I feel like that's the case, and again, I feel like that's something I really want to research.
And it's like it's one of those things where like we hope it's the case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I hope you're choosing to be an asshole still because you choose to be an asshole and not because your head is so thick you can't realize you're being an asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you never will realize it. Like that's the thing I hope for. I hope that you physically choose, I'm gonna be a dick. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna piss this girl off because I want to piss her off, and I'm gonna call her whatever I need to call her to piss her off because I want to, not she keeps saying I call her mean things, but I didn't call her nothing mean. I call her fat because she's fat, you know, and it's like, you don't see what's wrong with that? No, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I hope it's like not that way where like they really just don't understand it. But then it could be though too, so I don't even know.
And I feel like
You know some people like that.
You know some people like that?
Trump. Sorry.
hey, you ain't wrong.
That's like a narcissist right there. So.
And then I feel like that's kind of where there's a blurred line between, or at least for me trying to understand it, a blurred line between psychopathy, sociopathy, and narcissism. Because they kind of share a lot of the similar shapes or the similar traits. I know psychopathy, like was it?
I don't know neither one of those are. You might as well explain all three of
I
those.
was like, yeah, what is that? I was gonna look it up.
Yeah.
Psychopathy is those.
Yeah.
It's
somebody be doing their homework.
I just can't think of the word.
He knows what it means. We can't explain it.
Those are those psychopaths. Thank you.
Okay.
Those are psychopaths, and psychopaths are generally the people that just lack emotion or compassion.
Right.
Straight up, like I feel like is more of a true like mental disorder. Like they don't have, their brain isn't wired to give that, and it has the potential to be very dangerous, depending on what the fuck they want and their motives for what they do.
Exactly.
Because they don't think about anybody else. They can't feel anything about anybody else.
They gonna get what they want.
They're gonna get what they want, and it could be benign. It's, it's just, hey, I fucking want that chocolate bar. I'm gonna just fucking take it. Yeah. It's not really hurting anybody. But then you have, those psychopaths, or no, those serial killers.
Right. I want the front seat. And nobody's gonna take it from me. Right.
Yeah. I want to kill this person because I'm just curious on what it's like to kill somebody.
Right. Exactly.
And, okay. Well, I did it, and I'm gonna just go hide it. I don't have any remorse about it. Sociopathy, which is the sociopaths, those typically aren't born that way, but I guess trauma to a degree puts them in that situation to where they're really good at manipulation, have little to no empathy, but they more have like emotional outbursts. Like they can feel their feelings and know what they are and react to others, but in a very like just selfish, self-motivated kind of way. And then narcissism is supposedly more, they just have low self-awareness and environmental awareness, and they just do what they want. And yeah, they may feel bad about it, but they don't have the emotional capacity to deal with it in the correct way, but they still choose to do what the fuck they do.
Interesting.
But I don't know, it's interesting.
It's
interesting,
deep. Yeah, it's deep, like, because I just love how everything gets broken down like that. You know what I'm saying? Like how everything is broken down way deeper levels than you actually truly realize. You know what I'm saying? It's like equivalent to saying you have football players, but then you have cornerbacks, running backs, DB. You know what I'm saying? It's like don't just put us all in one category, because technically they're all different still.
That, and it also makes it important that, like, you just aren't throwing these fucking words out at people just because they rubbed you the wrong way or they just had traits. Like, a lot of the narcissists and shit that social media people be pointing fingers at aren't real narcissists. They probably have traits and shit like that. Right. But like, you have to be diagnosed to be a narcissist. Yeah.
How would you get diagnosed with something like that? Like, where do you go for
What quick do you go get diagnosed?
Yeah. Like, how do I get tests for that? Like, yeah, I'm a narcissist for all I know.
And
I could be, shit.
And that's also an interesting ass question, because it's like, well, a narcissist wouldn't necessarily go get treated for any reason because they don't they don't think anything's wrong with them. Right. But I feel like if what they say is true and narcissists won't change, but there's still people being diagnosed as narcissists, until I find out more, I'm under the belief that, okay, the narcissist mindset is, okay, I realize I'm doing some fucked up ass shit and it's not getting me what I want. Let me do some shit so I can get what I want, if that means me going to therapy and fucking doing my shit. But the basis is, like, I'm still self-serving. I just think about myself.
Right. I'm just doing this so you can finally say, okay, and let me get him what he wants now because he's doing this. Wow. That's deep.
You know, but, you know, I want to know how that really ends up. Do they really feel remorse enough to change?
Man.
You know?
And you know what? And that's so funny to me because, yeah, that's wild. So one of the quotes I was going to share today that I think was like one quote that really hit me this week, that, you know, it kind of been helping me out, is actually from Joel Osteen too. When you help others get what they need, God will help you get what you want.
Yeah.
And it's like that's completely opposite from the thought of a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? Or is that the exact thought of a narcissist? Now I think about it.
I feel like it's so this shit's about to be crazy, right? This shit's about to be crazy. So they say everything the devil does is a perversion of what God did.
Oh.
And essentially, with the way you worded that, it's a perversion on the narcissist side.
Right.
Because I'm going to get them what they want so I can get what I want later.
Right.
Not for the sole factor of, I just want to help them get what they want.
Right.
Yeah, the whole idea about karma.
And it's literally just how you apply it or what you're looking at it, the eyes you're looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think right there leads me on to a second topic I have this week too, is really the idea of beauty is the eyes of the beholder. So, I saw this dude walking down the street, the most ugliest shit. No, I'm
like, damn. I was like, wait, how does this correlate? Wait. We went straight into bagging. That's crazy.
But no, I do. I was thinking that the other day though, because me and Jessica was actually talking about it earlier with flag football and stuff. Because you know, yes, I get paid for flag football. You know, that's not a lie or a secret or anything like that. But I'm out there for fun. You know what I'm saying? And it's like you really see the difference about like how people act when they're out here for money and just the money compared to when they're out here for the impact, the purpose, the whatever good feeling they get on the inside of their heart that you get when you help somebody out.
Right.
If they're not out here for that feeling, you see it right away, you know. And I think that right there is like something that's been amazing to me lately, noticing that.
That's part of the reason why I left my current job, because it's like it's not about the money. Like right now everybody's stressed, and just bent out of shape, and then it seems like, yeah, you phrase it this way, but it doesn't seem like we're really trying to help the clients. Like we have individuals that are helping the clients, but the business set up and its goals kind of seem like they disregard that at a base level. You know,
because the main goal is always money.
Money, yeah. And that's why I feel like, you know, they would probably want to do something to keep me to stay and shit. And, you know, that could be with the proposal of more money or some shit like that. But at the end of the day, for me, I'm like, no, like, you can offer me the whole world, but right now I'm miserable and nothing's making my job easier to work for you.
Right.
And I don't have any problem with the job. It's just the way y'all are putting pressure on us to make me feel like so I feel that I can't do my job to the full extent to help the customers. And that's my problem. Until that's fixed, I don't care. I want to actually go make a change, which is why I made that career switch. And luckily it came up to that point, you know.
And I'm glad you realized that at the age you are. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, a lot of people aren't realizing that until 50. You know what I'm saying? After they retired and they feel, okay, now I can help, but now they got the energy to do it.
Yeah.
Nor the mind or the mental capacity to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you're realizing that now, because, like I said, for one who just did that type of change, it's night and day, bro.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Paperwork sucks. You know, paperwork's paperwork, no matter what. Paperwork's paperwork. I hate paperwork. But the dealing with the kids, the actually making an impact, the giving classes, speeches, like...
You actually gotta care.
You actually care, you know what I'm saying? You actually got to care, and you actually got to have fun. You got to enjoy it. Like I was laughing because I need to come up with a game the other day for the kids. We had like Junior Achievement, which is an amazing program. If you got kids, try to get them into it. But yeah, I had to come up with a game for them for that morning, and I was laughing because I was up until midnight thinking of some type of games we can play with the kids. You know what I'm saying? I was like, you know, if I was another job, I would have been irritated.
Right.
I would have been mad because I'm like, damn, why am I thinking about work when I'm about to go to bed? Like, now I'm going to be up all night thinking about work, and work is going. But for this one, it was more of, let me write this over. I'm glad this idea came before I went to bed because I wanted, now I can make it finite before I have to present it.
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And I was excited for that. And it turned out to be pretty fun, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, bro, it's night and day, bro. Like, this it's wild. It's hard to describe right now.
That's why I'm excited, dude.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of the things I missed about my last job before, you know, this one, was making the connections with the kids at Mathnasium, you know, teaching them math. Like, I don't know, just those relationships I built, and, you know, knowing which kid is coming in and knowing what their game plan is and try to make them succeed, but then at the same time make it a cool place to come to, so it doesn't seem like they're like, man, my parents are making me come here and now I'm just like, it's more schoolwork and blah blah blah. And it's like, yeah, that's the point. I gotta make you do that. The experience can be a whole nother dimension you can experience while doing that.
Exactly, bro.
And the only thing I left because of that, which is, I feel like brings in like an interesting dynamic to the conversation too, is like, I needed more money, which weird given all the things we just said, but I feel like, thinking back on it now, like, I needed to make enough to start finding the life to where I really needed to go so I can help others. And that whole path led me to me going back to school to trying to do what I need, and now I'm in the position I am now. Yeah. Which I wouldn't have been able to do that, I don't think, if I didn't have that experience.
Nah, that's beautiful, and it's crazy how life works like that. Like, it's so funny. Like, everybody has such a similar journey. You go to school, you get told what you should do, what you should be doing, where you're going. You try to do that. You either find that it works for you, it don't, which don't work for a lot of people. And then you go and, you know, you chase the money route. I need money. And then you start to make the money and you start to realize this ain't it. Yeah. And like, I need purpose, you know what I'm saying? And it's crazy that it always leads back to that of, at the end of the day, I need purpose. Like, I need to feel this feeling of feeling fulfilled.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there is a better feeling than any dollar or paycheck, you know? So, like, yeah, I think that right there is amazing. And then it's really been instilled in me lately because it's amazing affirmation I learned the other day. I wrote this shit down word for word. So, I'm gonna give you the full thing, and then you'll hear the parts, of course, that's gonna be like, okay, I see where you're giving out now. So the full affirmation is, I am one with the infinite riches of my subconscious mind. It is my right to be rich, happy, and successful. Money flows to me freely, copiously, and endlessly. I am forever conscious of my true self-worth. I give of my talents freely, and I am wonderfully blessed financially. It feels wonderful. And that's one thing, like I say all the time, and it's like, I feel like that's my job now. I'm literally out here making up games and playing with kids. I give of my talents freely, and I'm getting paid for it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I get paid better than I was getting paid in other places for it.
And that part, and it's finding that key to do what you can to help the world and have it sustain you to keep doing that.
And it's like, it's kind of how we were talking about earlier with the whole night and day thing in Alaska. And I don't know if you heard my statement. My statement was, there's no way it can be a few days of dark and not have the same thing for light, because it has to balance.
It doesn't happen in Sweden, surprisingly.
They don't have light? No?
They don't have total darkness.
They don't have total darkness?
I don't think so.
Do they have total brightness?
Yes, that's what midsummer is.
Midsummer, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I was thinking, but my mindset is always, though, is like, I'm learning everything. Everything has to balance at some point. You know what I'm saying? And like, that's the way everything works. Rhythm. Up, down, wave, push, pull, give, take. You know what I'm saying? There's a giver and a receiver, plug, outlet. Whatever it is always, it has to go. It has to push and pull.
An equal and opposite reaction.
There's always an equal and opposite reaction no matter what. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is and anything, everything you do, there's always an equal opposite reaction. So it's like, you giving your talents in the way they're supposed to be, you're going to get blessed in the way you're supposed to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? You're giving your talents in the way you're not supposed to give them, you're going to be in a position where you are,
right,
where you're not supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not using your talents correctly, I feel. You're not giving the way you're supposed to give, so you're not receiving the way you can receive.
And then I feel like the other half of that too is like making sure you receive what you are supposed to receive.
And knowing what you're supposed to receive.
Yeah,
exactly.
discernment.
Exactly. And that's exactly what I was feeling right now. Like, talking with Jessica, I was like, man, I'm curious about this whole car situation, because I'm finally get the option to probably go to a lot and pick out a car. And I'm like, man, I want to make sure I pick out the right one. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pick out the wrong car that's not for me. And if it's not for me, it ain't gonna stay with me. So it's like, I want to make sure I pick out the one that's for me, you know? Like, yes, there's payments and this, that, and the third, but the main thing is am I gonna pick out the car that's for me, that's gonna do what I need to do, that's gonna satisfy me, make me feel that peace at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not something that's gonna be like, damn, why I drive this shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, 2 weeks later, 3 weeks, whatever the fuck it is.
That's why I don't like trucks. I don't want that shit, bro.
The trucks, man, for real.
It's too big, and I hate parking in the motherfuckers.
I hate parking Dad's truck, man. That truck's so damn big.
Dude, it's like I never park straight. Like, I always park straight in my car, but I can't park straight in that, and it bugs me.
Man, I've been kind of learning the secret. You have to like go you have to go like right where as you go in, right when the front bumper hits the line that you want to turn into, you gotta whip the fuck out that thing.
Really?
You gotta turn that bitch tight, and that's the only way you're gonna park straight right in the middle. If you go a little bit too late, a little too early,
crooked.
Yeah, crooked, back up, and then once you back up, you fucked. Cause you can't just back up and adjust. You have to yeah, I hate that motherfucker.
It's a whole 3-point turn.
It's a whole 3-point turn. I gotta do a whole K turn just to get in the parking lot. Like, this shit is crazy. I don't know how that shit work out. But yeah, man, that shit it's really wild, bro. But any other random knowledge anybody else would like to share? No? No? So I heard that they say all beer has what's it called? Remember Longest Yard? The Adam Sandler movie, they replaced that dude's steroids with something. I want to say estrogen.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah. So they found out all beer has estrogen because they had a study. They pretty much had 100 males in the bar, gave them all beer.
And they all started acting like bitches.
They all started acting like bitches. They couldn't. Yep.
Is that really what happened?
They couldn't drive straight, and they act like they couldn't sit.
Yo, you sold me with that one.
Wow, really?
That's crazy.
Wow. Wow.
Wait, was that a whole made up study too?
Yeah, that was a whole
Oh
made-up
my
thing.
god, you had me sold.
Me too.
Yeah,
Really?
y'all know me, man. I can hear something one time and I'll run with that shit like it's mine.
Oh my god.
Yeah. No, okay. So I'll give you a real study though. A real study. My favorite study I learned in college was the alcohol study. So a professor bringing out hella kids. Say we about to play bar games for an hour. Every 10 minutes they take a shot, take a drink, or whatever the hell the case may be. What they drink their choice, pretty much. By the end of the study, all the kids were quote unquote shit faced.
All water.
All water. All fake.
Placebo effect.
All placebo effect. The kids got the kids thought they were at a bar having a bar party and everything like that, and it turned out everything was virgin drinks and everything.
Oh wow.
And by the end, they finally like, oh, you're right, I'm not drunk. You know, and it's like the power of the mind is crazy, bro.
You know, and I've been kind of noticing that when like I've been drinking recently, and I feel like it's noticeable because I haven't been doing it often. But like, it's a noticeable difference when you take like extended periods before you drink, because when you go back to it for that night, you definitely know what the fuck you're feeling when it hits. But when you were doing it a lot, you would question yourself sometimes.
Am I drunk?
Am I
Yeah.
drunk?
Am I drunk?
Yeah.
Am I drunk? And then finally, at some point, you go, oh, I'm drunk. You're right. That is real, bro.
And then it's too late, and it's usually when you fuck up and either people black out or they throw up or they're just like out of it.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's just so real, and that's wild. That's so wild to me.
That
Like that shit is. That's crazy. Cause I used to do that too. When I used to be in college, I used to try to be like control my thoughts. I'm not drunk. I can drive home. And I feel like every time I did that shit, I made myself drive home.
Yeah.
Cause I told myself I'm not, and I can do it, and I'm just fine. And I believe myself so much, I made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Don't encourage.
Yeah, don't encourage drinking driving. Don't drink and drive, folks. Like I said, this is years ago. It's like 50 years ago.
Not 50 years ago.
Oh, I'm old as hell. This is back then when you were allowed to have a beer in the car open. Back in the good old days. Back in the tractor trailer days.
you know, someone that was just sleeping in the car and did that. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it at
Don't
all.
do
It's
it.
not worth it. Definitely in Las Vegas, Nevada. They'll get your ass.
Yeah.
They'll 100% get you.
Don't go near the strip or downtown. Take an Uber.
Take an Uber.
Take an Uber.
Take an Uber for sure.
Yeah. If you got money to spend on drinks, you got money for an Uber. Otherwise, don't fucking go out.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm telling you this. If you in Vegas buying drinks, you tripping. Like,
Wow.
You should buy one drink in the club, but you should have pregame before you got there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you trying to get fucked up, shit face turned up, whatever the case may be, buy you a bottle beforehand, because 2 drinks is gonna be the cost of that bottle.
Yeah.
So
That part.
yeah, if you haven't learned that by now, it's the other lessons. Other lessons of Vegas. Don't go down to Jerry's Nugget if you're visiting.
Don't say that. It's pretty cool at Jerry's Nugget. You can get a steak meal for $10.
A steak meal for $10.
Also at South Point.
Also at South Point, exactly. Go to the South Point.
Why not Jerry's Nugget? You get an experience.
You can go to my local bar and get
Oh.
an egg and steak and egg dinner for $8.
What local bar?
Is
What
it
is on to your
good?
local bar?
It's right. Yeah, it's not bad.
Okay.
It's pretty decent. It's right around the corner of my house.
What's your
Oh.
local bar? What bar is it?
Is it sweet toppings?
I think it's called the Pub.
Oh wow. Just a little.
Or hold on. Home. There you go. Okay.
What?
Catching a yawn shows empathy, and you didn't yawn.
Wow, where you learn that at?
That's a fun fact that I learned this week as well.
Yeah.
Where'd you learn that
I
at?
heard that before, but
Catching a
this
yawn shows empathy?
Like you're not really tired, but you see somebody else do it, you're just showing empathy. Like, oh,
It's a natural response.
yeah.
I mean, I feel like that just means our energies ain't matching right now. That's all I feel it means.
Again, take that shit with a grain of fucking salt. Like, I mean, that shit, if you notice it, like, you're tending to, you don't have to. Like, I've held back fucking yawns. I'm like, oh, I don't gotta fucking yawn. I'm not tired.
Right.
Don't let me get this shit. But I feel like the like, you know that psychopathic stare? Like, niggas just don't respond. Like, yeah, you're trying to talk to them, blah, blah, blah. They're just not there with you. You okay, nigga?
Yeah. I mean, okay. I never thought about it like that, showing empathy. Like, wow. I always thought it was like more like we're on the same wavelength right now. We're in the same meeting. We're on the same vibe, and then you yawn in the vibe, and yeah, you just fuck the vibe up because now we all got to yawn.
But does the yawn have to fuck shit up though?
It don't have to fuck shit up, but it's contagious that way. I don't know.
And I heard to counter that, it's more of like a survival like thing from back in the day because it was time to go to sleep.
They'll make everybody go to sleep, make the tribe tired.
Yeah,
that's deep. So I was gonna ask, is it like the riddle? If a tree falls in the wood and nobody's around to hear it, doesn't make a sound. Like if you yawn, but I didn't see you yawn, would I catch it?
Nope, I don't know.
Like I'm sure we all been in the movie theater. I'm sure somebody yawned in the movie, and if you didn't hear it or see it, do you catch it?
I would say your body. If your body doesn't catch it, if your unconscious senses don't catch it, then you're probably not going to yawn.
Cause like a vibe, right?
But if your unconscious senses do recognize it, you're probably just going to yawn. But then again, you also have like that other spiritual factor too, of the fact that like, you know, you hit somebody up and like, oh, I was just thinking about you. You know, it's like there's some type of higher connection there to a degree, you know.
Right.
Whether your vibes are on the same path or not. You know, or you know those ideas of like, if you can't fall asleep, somebody else is dreaming about you or some shit like that. Like, there's probably some merit to that to some degree.
Oh, I like it.
You know, I don't think it's that intense, but the idea behind it is definitely there.
Okay, let's go deeper down the rabbit hole.
Oh, also before it's called the Village Pub.
Village Pub.
Yeah,
Okay.
right around the corner next to the new Dutch Bros.
Dutch Bros.
Or that Flaming Bahias in that new gas station.
Nigga, I ain't been over there, so I ain't seen none of that shit. But okay, so my plot twist is for the yawn conspiracy.
Oh boy.
What if the yawn is a continuous yawn being passed around the world that never ends?
Oh my gosh.
Like God yawned one time and the human caught it and then kept passing it and it just never ends. And it's just continue to go. Because it's always, you don't ever catch somebody yawning at the same time. It's always, it's never like,
You know, I feel like there's some merit to that too. I mean, and just to bring it in on the religious standpoint, hey, the fact that you yawn means God did it.
Wow.
He made it.
He made it.
Right.
If he didn't yawn, you wouldn't be
He
yawning.
wouldn't be yawning, right?
Yeah.
Like you said, on the seventh day, he yawned.
He rests.
So that Saturday night, and then Adam caught it and then passed to the animals and came back. And, but then next thing you know, keep passing. Keep coming back randomly. Because sometimes I feel like I'm not tired, but it's just my turn.
Right.
Man, I drank this coffee. What am I yawning for? You know what I'm saying?
This is my turn.
This is my turn. It need to bounce
That's
off
deep.
somewhere and go back to the next person.
That is deep.
Yeah.
So we're all on the same wavelength. That's cool.
We're all one.
We're all one. We're all one. Deep thoughts.
Deep thought.
Deep thoughts. So I had another deep thought then.
What's good?
Okay. Damn. Wait. We talked about it earlier. Okay. Would you rather... Okay, what is scarier? Somebody talking to theirself or somebody laughing to theirself?
Somebody laughing to themselves.
Why?
Because talking to yourself is healthy. Laughing at yourself is good too. You can just laugh. Like, if you just, what kind of laughing to yourself?
I mean,
That's a good question,
what
though.
kind, like, you know, like if I'm watching a show.
I feel like it's the same thing what type of talking to yourself too.
Yeah.
You know, it could be
Because, like,
you could be tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be tripping.
okay, okay. So, I mean, like, you ever in a group and shit, and before you say something, like, in your head you said
Laugh.
something
I'm trying to
funny,
get
and
it.
that's just hella fucking funny, so you're just laughing. And I feel like that draws people to a degree too. So is it really scary? But then again, it's just like, yeah, if you on a psychotic break and it's
laughing
like,
when I was like joking.
yo, Winnie the Pooh just told me the fucking funniest joke.
You start tripping out of nowhere. You're like, hold on.
Like, I mean, I feel like it depends on the setting.
It does depend on the setting.
Like if you're walking downtown and like, I mean, just to state it, like you see a crackhead and they just on one, bro. Like I feel like that's unnerving.
Yeah.
You know. But then if you had a family party and you know somebody just laughing to themselves, you ask what you thinking about, and then you laugh too.
Yeah, let me laugh too.
Yeah.
You right. But then if you at the family party in the corner, you just start laughing. So, that's okay. What's up with
What you
Johnny?
laughing at?
Yeah, what the hell he laughing at? Like, what the hell he laughing at over there? He just by himself in the corner laughing. Like, what's going on? Oh, I understand that one. Okay, another would you rather. Would you rather cough bubbles or burp confetti? And why?
What's it?
Huh? Oh yeah, glitter. Sorry, burp glitter. Yeah.
Burp glitter. So cough bubbles or burp glitter?
Yeah.
I want cough bubbles, my nigga. At least that shit pop.
Wow.
So he's like spreading germs everywhere.
No, wow.
I mean, shit. Can I not stop it? Like, do I do like you know? I'm not a nigga that just cough open.
Nah,
like, I put my arm over my shit.
No,
like,
I mean regular coffee. Like anytime regular coffee. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cough bubbles.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I feel like that could work at a party.
Yeah.
Coughing bubbles.
Coughing
It's like
bubbles.
hard to cough bubbles for kids.
And do you gotta be sick? Like, what if you
Just cough, right?
Yeah. What if you choke on your water?
Cough
You start coughing. Yeah. Like, you technically already coughing bubbles.
And then now you clear out your air pressures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Because the bubbles pulling out the water. Deep. I didn't think about it scientifically.
It'll be annoying once you're like if you got COVID or some shit.
Yeah, it'd be annoying, but.
So I just choose burp glitter. Cause I think that'd be the coolest shit at a restaurant. Be like, ooh, eat steak, compliments to the chef, and then this glitter fly out. Like, damn, that meal was fire, nigga. Like, that nigga just burp glitter. Like, I want what he had. Like, what is he eating that has turned to glitter in his stomach? Like, that shit had to be bomb.
See, my thing
I don't know.
that like says fuck that is the cleanup afterwards. Like you got it all in your mouth and shit. And then like glitter's hard to get off.
Yeah, glitter's hard to get off.
So then now, one kid gave the best answer he gave was, I'd rather burp glitter because you burp less than you cough. You burp less than you cough.
Oh yeah, you burp when you
know,
eat drink, stuff like that.
Eat, drink, but if you're not a gassy person like that, you might be barely burping compared to coughing. You probably cough at least once a day, twice.
I don't know.
COVID
I like
coughing.
glitter, so I
Oh
might
shit!
wanna cough all the time.
Think about it, man.
I mean, at that point, I would just carry a napkin and just. And then the bubbles cleaned up. It's on the
True.
napkin. You always got tissues around you usually.
And then look, you might get caught cheating a lot more too. If you burping glitter, cause you gonna burp, wipe your hands, and then come home covered in glitter and shit. And what the fuck you been doing? You been a strip club cheater, huh? Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Covered in glitter.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Covered in glitter.
You ruin your whole 20-year marriage because of that shit.
Right. So last one. Would you rather? So everything in life is normal. Would you rather fly like a fish or swim like a fish or fly like a bird?
Swim like a what?
Swim like a fish or fly like a bird. You don't have to live in the ocean. If you swim like fish, you're breathing like them and everything. You know, if you're in that nature, you in that vicinity.
I'm gonna just say fly like a bird.
Yeah, I love flying.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Oh, well, fuck.
I can still know how to
heights.
swim though. Some birds know how to swim.
Right, but you can't
No.
swim like a bird though, so you can't. You can probably swim, but you ain't going all the way down deep in the water like a fish would be. A fish
No,
going all the
what
way.
kind of fish
Because some fish know how to fly. You got flying
Yeah,
fish,
yeah.
Yeah.
but they only skimming across the water. They're not really
Yeah, I'll
flying.
say fly like a bird so I can get places on land faster.
Yeah. And then, pull a Superman and bring somebody up to the top building. Like,
Right.
stop playing with me, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wasn't in Nevada, it would probably been like swim like a fish, just so I can just see what's in the bottom of the ocean because I know so much shit down there.
Yeah.
But
I mean, but do you have like
The capability to do that.
not even the capability, but more so like the ability to enjoy it. because it's still dark down there. Can you see like the fish too?
And that's deep right there. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, you know.
And then do I even have the sight of the bird to see all that shit like a hawk?
Brown, yeah, you be seeing this green and lines and shit. I mean, but the bird though, you can fly low.
That's true.
But then you gotta watch out for power lines, fish. You gotta watch out for sharks and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Unless you like Craig Ranch Park. That might be dangerous too.
I mean, shit. If you in a bird in the wrong part of the country, nigga, your ass popped up the sky for lunch.
Bro, I want to see a bald eagle, but I'm scared because them dudes is massive.
Yeah, I heard they huge.
They like what, 2 feet tall?
Yeah, the wingspans was blow. I'm a 16 feet wingspan. What the fuck is a 16-foot wingspan? Why? But you need that much strength to pick him off his ground. And then, that's
pick him up too. Pick up his prey.
So I'm gonna end it with this then. So a bald eagle story that I heard was amazing. So they talk about that a bald eagle, they live up to like 80 years or so, whatever. They live up a lot of years, but at their about 50% mark, they have a choice to make. They have to make the choice of because their beak is too big, their claws are too long, their feathers are too worn out. So they have a choice to make. Do they continue to live on the way they're going, or do they pretty much remodel themselves? So a lot of eagles, what they do is they go into the mountains, they break their beaks on the mountains. Yep, they break their beaks on the rocks in the mountains, they let it grow back, and then they use that beak and they tear off their claws on their feet, let the claws go back brand new, and then they tear out the feathers and the old flight feathers in their wings and let them grow back brand new. And then now they can live for an extra 50, 40 years pretty much. But they don't do that, they probably would have like 2 or 3 years left in their lifespan.
That's crazy.
And I think that right there is like, it kind of sums up a lot what we talked about today of like, you really have to remodel yourself sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Go for that purposeful job, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you've been growing the wings for a long time. That paycheck or that pay grade of, 60K, 80K a year, you work for that. You've been in this company, you got your PTO and all, you grew your wings, but at some point, them shits is gonna hold you back. You're not really gonna fly as high as you truly could, or as for as long as you could. So maybe you have to rip out that old mindset and let the new shit grow in and replace it. So you continue to grow, continue to fly, continue to be the fucking predator that you are. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's funny because I'm just thinking, like right now during this job transition, like I'm taking a pay cut. Going from like, I'm losing basically like $4.5 grand salary, but like purpose and then peace of mind instead of like being stressed, and and for me in my unique situation being unnecessarily stressed.
Unnecessary stress, because at the end of the day, ain't your business, ain't your money.
Yeah.
It's you trying to make your supervisor look good.
To a degree, yeah.
Compared to the stress of, man, Christine got this test, but she don't have the materials, and I need to help her out, and I told her I was going to get them. That's a good stress, because that right there is going to get you to be creative and be able to use your mind, use your thoughts, compared to, damn, my computer ain't working today. And I got 3 people in front of me. My boss is about to get in my ass if I don't sell these, if I don't push these loans, whatever.
Right.
But I mean, I think it's good, bro. My mindset is it's always like, definitely with the bank. The bank was a lake, but you was shark. And at the end of the day, you can only grow so big in that little lake. You know what I'm saying? You need to get back in that ocean. And now you about to move into where you can really grow and, make real big impact.
Make waves.
Make waves, yeah. Make waves.
Need wave bigger surfboards.
Just keep swimming, bitch. Yeah, no, I love it, man. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so, just based off this episode that we had just now, you can see that, just living life and going through life, you learn lessons in all different type of ways, shape, or forms. And real talk, the conversation that we kind of had today is how we come up with some episode ideas. We'll sit there and just bounce back and forth and be like, you know what, we can make an episode out of this. Or, maybe we can't make an episode, but shit, great topic still. Right. That was a straight conversation at the end of the day. Even if it was fun and jokey and whatever.
It's a win-win.
And, you can be a ghost guest and just sit back and relax and still be a part and learn something and still engage. Ain't nothing wrong with being a guest, it's just be in the room, be present, as long as you present. That's all that matters. I appreciate you, Jess.
We need the Dragon Balls, bro.
The what?
The Dragon Balls.
What you mean?
Used to wish her life she a ghost, but now
She a life. Look at that.
She was part of the podcast.
Nigga, look, she got the Wiz luck right now. Wiz brought her back to life. Just for being part of it. Yeah, on some Frieza shit. Frieza was part of the whole tournament, nigga. She fought 2 fights. Got her life back.
Yeah.
That's all you had to do. You talked on 2 subjects. Got your life back, player. Welcome back, Miss Guest. Jess the guest.
Just guess.
Just a guess.
There we go.
Just a guess.
Yeah.
Just a guess. Just a guess.
Just a guess.
Just a guess on Just Keep Swimming.
Just Keep Swimming podcast. I love it. But yeah, anything else anybody want to leave us with?
No.
No?
Not yet.
This says just guess. No? No?
Yeah, I don't think I got anything.
No?
Nah.
So yeah, I think I'll leave us with something then. I was listening to the book as well the other day, and they were talking about how. Actually, I'm gonna change it. I was listening to Vegeta the other day, and Vegeta said, quitting is worse than being defeated, and I think that right there really hit me, because it's like, I'd rather go out there and get my ass whipped. Vegeta got his ass whipped
all the time,
but he'd rather get his ass whipped to the point where he can't fight no more than to say, I chose not to fight. You know what I'm saying? I choose not to try. So I believe that, just go out there and try. Just try. Fuck it. You lose, whatever. It's not new, whatever. It's something you gotta learn, whatever. Just try. Just saying you tried is better than saying you didn't try at all. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. You miss all the balls you don't put your hands up for to try to catch. Like, just try. See what happens. You never know what could happen. You become a superstar overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I can make you a celebrity overnight. Do it.
What song is that?
Twister?
I know, but
That's how it was, right?
I don't know.
Fuck it. Anyway, just do it. Go out there and try something, man. Go out there and try something. I tried and I failed just now, but you know what? I learned something new. So we're gonna keep growing.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you, Miss Jess the Guest, for joining us today. We appreciate you so much.
Be back next week. I'm just kidding.
Hey, you never know. She might be back next week.
Do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Just to let you guys know, Jess the Guest is the one who created our logo.
Oh,
So, yes, thank you so much, Jess the Guest. Just try. Just try. Fuck it. Just try.
Don't try, just do.
Just do it.
Just do it. And worst kind of worst, we'll get through it.
Hey.
Yeah, bars.
It's been bars galore today.
Right, exactly.
I think we're taking Xans, but we're healthy.
Right.
We're swimming, active,
Right.
in the community, making waves, making them get surfboards so they can go ahead and wave on the stand. And I'm done.
I was trying to think of the name we had earlier. Mervin.
Oh.
Mervin over here,
Yeah.
bitch ass nigga Mervin.
Don't be a Mervin, bro.
Don't be a Mervin.
Yeah, sorry for the Mervins out there. I'm pretty sure you guys are decent
There
people.
are
But
Mervins out there.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
talk about
Mervin.
story.
Mervin, but this one Mervin, boy, this Mervin be swerving.
yeah.
In this white Suburban. The ladies' hearts, he's hurting. Cause they just call him Mervin. All right. So I'm about to get out of here though. You guys have an amazing day, a wonderful afternoon, a marvelous evening, and remember to
Just keep swimming.
Yeah.
You gotta do that.
Leave.
Oh, the we. Yay! Are you ready? Go!
The world's strongest stuff?
No.
Mario Party. Oh.
Yes.
Yeah. Mario
game.
Party.
Huh?
So when you play a group game in Mario Party that we have, every time 2 or more players, anytime you guys win a game together, they say ready, and then you grab the controller and you go, go! And then the players will high five each other in the game.
And if you don't do it, you don't get extra points.
And then if you do it, you get extra coins.
Yeah.
So if
Nice.
you win the game, you don't get 8 coins, but if you do that, you get 10 coins.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's so fucking funny, bro. I love
Hey,
it.
it just goes back to it. Just do it.
Just do it,
Just
bro.
do it. Just do it.
Just do it, because if you're smart, you just press the A button.
True.
Hacks.
Life hack.
All right, y'all. Peace.